What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. In this video, we're jumping into Superman Warworld APOCALYPSE one-shot. This story is finally going to be bringing the Warworld Saga to an end. Everything has led to this one giant issue, the final battle between Superman and Mongul, between the Authority and Mongul's Unmade champions, with Superman face to face with Mongul, wielding the fire of Ulgrin, the dagger with the power to make him a god. Not only that, we learned that Kryl-Ux has betrayed him, that he has been working for Mongul this entire time. Now, make sure you guys have subscribed to the channel, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we jump into the epic conclusion of Warworld, we are picking up in the midst of the fray, having Lightray, Apollo, and Omak being the unmade champions of Mongul. We have Midnighter, Manchester Black, and the Enchantress. They are all doing their best efforts to hold them off, because right now there is a plan in motion. The only question now, can they stay alive long enough? Can they hold off these forces for this plan to be enacted? Cutting through the battlefield, this is where we see Lightray, or what was once Lightray, being taken over, being some kind of puppet to the teacher. She cuts right through the lines. That's when the Enchantress makes her move, having no intention of actually killing Lightray. She simply wants to slow her down, holding her off just for the moment. We are picking up elsewhere on Warworld. We are picking up with Mongul, Superman, Kryl-Ux, and the two children. Mongul saying that he is going to kill these children if Superman does not hand over the fire of Ulgrin. Superman just learning that Kryl-Ux has betrayed him. He cannot understand why. That so many lives have been lost because of this. His own people have died because of this. The thing is, Kryl-Ux, he wants revenge. And Mongul is the one person that will be able to give it to him, telling Superman it is time to hand over the fire. The children beg and plead with Superman not to do so. Even though this dagger could make him a god, he chooses to hand it over. But before that is able to happen, the young man jumps up. Going into full attack mode, he goes directly at Mongul, and Mongul wastes no time driving a sword directly through his back, taking his dying body and throwing it at the feet of Superman. Mongul just messed up. This is when Superman goes with all of his strength left, gives him a great punch right to the jaw. This is where the final battle begins. As we jump over to the Starforge, this is where we find Natasha Irons, having the baby in a jar going by the name of Orphan. They have come here to take the Genesis fragment and put it into the Starforge. By doing this, it will power up Superman, it will power up all prior Kryptonians. That means Kryl-Ux and all of the survivors, bringing Orphan along with them. They are very happy that they did so, because Orphan is just stupid powerful, being able to absorb all of the energy of the teacher. Orphan just wipes the path clear, getting reunited with Darling, saying that they will never have to separate again. All they have to do now is get that fragment over to the Starforge. In the next few moments, the entire fate of this planet will be decided. Picking back up with the Authority and the Unmade champions, we have Apollo, who is just cleaning up this battlefield. Midnighter and Manchester Black trying to do whatever they can to stop him, only being able to hold off his assaults for a specific amount of time. This isn't going to last forever, and they need a permanent solution to stopping him, because right now he is programmed to kill. He has neural implants inside of his back. Somehow they need to get it out, but he is near indestructible. He heals so quickly, it will be almost impossible for them to take it out in time. And that's even if they are able to open up his back to begin with. But if they don't do something now, Apollo will very likely kill everybody. Jumping back over to Mongul and Superman, these two are laying a beat down on one another. And if Mongul wasn't enough, Kryl-Ux also jumps into the fight, both of them trying to take the fire for their own. This is where Superman, he takes that dagger. He lets them know that this dagger, it's not just strength, it is not just power, but it is also life. And it doesn't belong to Mongul. It doesn't belong to Kryl-Ux. It doesn't even belong to Superman. It belongs to the best and the bravest of them. Taking this dagger and setting it on the young boy. There is a huge blast of energy. Everybody gets shot back. The fire of Algrun has brought him back to life. And of course, Mongul is not happy about this. But now that this kid is back alive, Superman is going to do whatever he can to ensure that these kids stay safe, that Mongul is defeated this day. Taking us back over to the Authority. Breaking down one of the walls, this is where we see the Justice League. In all of its glory, they come running in and they start laying down some hate. Before Apollo can even freaking blink, they are on top of him, they are pinning him down to the ground. This is when Cyborg, he does pretty much open back surgery right here on the spot. As he tries to remove the neural implants, Apollo blasts him in the face, absolutely barbecuing Cyborg, grabbing hold of the base of his neck where the implant is. We see him pull as hard as he can and it rips it straight out of his back. You see, this was all an illusion from Manchester Black. This was the only way that they were going to be able to free Apollo from that grasp. And even then, it was a very, very long shot. But now Apollo is back on the side of the Authority, which means the forces of Mongul are about to get obliterated. As a whole new wave comes running in, OMAC jumps into the fight, letting the Authority know she is back on their side, giving a very cheap and horrible apology. There's not much time for talking when this battle is getting underway yet again. Down at the Starforge, we have Natasha and Lilith. The two of them just about to make it. That is until the forces of Mongul open up on them, with Lilith taking some heavy damage. He lets Natasha know to hold the forces off and he will go put the Genesis fragment into the Starforge, turning and saying goodbye one last time. This slave is freeing not only himself, but the entire planet. A conquered slave whose life in the end was of consequence. As his body disintegrates, the Genesis fragment is taken up into the Starforge. As it changes to a bright blue color, this planet has just become a giant battery for once Kryptonians and Kryptonians alike. This planet is about to have an army of Supermen. Taking us over to the fight with Mongul and Superman, the two of them battling furiously. Superman laying down some heavy punches. That is until the gem inside of Mongul's chest starts to glow. A giant blast of energy shooting Superman all the way up into the sky, believing that this was the death blow. Before Mongul can even say a word, in a flash, Superman is on top of him, driving him down into the ground. This is Superman fully recharged, back up to 100% power, probably up to 200%. Only now does Mongul understand that he has underestimated the Man of Steel, that he let this go on for far too long. His hubris at the end of the day is his downfall. This is when we see Kryl-Ux come up from behind Mongul and drive his hand right through Mongul's chest. Mongul dropping dead to the floor. Kryl-Ux lets Superman know that that is the first death he is owed, and though he may not have the fire of Algrun, he has found some kind of new power within himself. Taking us back over to the Authority, we see the people begin to get powered up. Supermen all over the battlefield, and this is over. As the forces begin to scatter, Light Ray is still consumed, still being controlled. Also recognizing that the Starforge is what is going on here. If Light Ray can get down to the Starforge, remove the Genesis fragment, she will be able to turn the tide back into Mongul's favor, or at least turn the tide of the battle for Mongul's forces, with Midnighter opening up a portal down to the Starforge. Before Light Ray can reach Natasha, a portal opens up and we see Mac grab hold of Light Ray, making a sacrifice to free her of this. The two of them go into the Starforge. The Starforge slowly disintegrating Mac, but it also is removing whatever this monstrosity that is attached to Light Ray. It is purifying her body. When she is finally back with us, she hurries them out of the Starforge, Mac looking a hot mess. Not sure if that time inside the Starforge is actually going to kill Mac or not. What we do know is that Light Ray has come out changed, saying that she knows things she didn't know before. With the Starforge being protected, we pick back up with Superman and Kryl-Ux. Superman, more than anything, he wants to understand. And he tells Superman it's simple. It is something that you wouldn't understand. You have your wife, you have your son, you have all of these wonderful things in life. You couldn't possibly understand what I have been driven to, what I have had to do to ultimately save my people, to kill Mongul and free what remains of us. To do this, he needed the fire of Ulgrin. He knew he couldn't reach this on his own. So when they were on Warworld, when they got held captive and became slaves, he let Mongul know of their existence, of all of their ties to Krypton. And while he did give up his own people, while many had sacrificed, it was all to get to this point. Even bringing Superman to this planet, Mongul believed this was his idea, but Kryl-Ux is the one that planted it inside of his head. Kryl-Ux knew that he needed Superman to get the fire, but he also let Superman know that he counts him as a friend and ally, hoping that the next time they meet, they can still remain friends. Of course, Superman, he can't allow that. Even if he wanted to be his friend, even if he wanted to understand, Kryl-Ux is going about and murdering people, and he has made his intentions very clear. His hit list is far from over. This is when he uses a cube and he teleports out of here. This is definitely gonna be a problem for another day. But for this day, this planet, these slaves, they are all free. And so the entire world cheers. Everybody celebrates. Liberation has been had. That's what takes us to weeks later, taking us to the Lord Premier of the United Planets, the one that has been in the back pocket of Mongul this entire time, the one that stopped the United Planets from helping Superman free all of these slaves. And so when his communicator comes on, he believes it to be Mongul, but it is truly Kryl-Ux, saying that he speaks for the Warzone tribes, those that do not bow down to Superman's law. And he lets him know that justice, vengeance is upon him, that he has sat by Ben Mongul's puppet, allowed their people to be captured, gave up their location, made all of his people slaves. He is just as responsible for their enslavement as Mongul himself. But now that he has the power to change things, he lets him know that him and the United Planet's days are numbered. That's when we hop over to Metropolis. Lois Lane sitting down writing a letter to Clark Kent. This is a letter she knows that he probably won't get, but writing out your thoughts is always a great way to let things out. Writing down how much she misses him, how much she loves him, the small things, the little things that they do together. In the blink of an eye, we see her out of her office, out of the window, and up into the sky. Because Superman, Clark Kent, he has returned. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It was one heck of a story arc. This is probably one of the biggest story arcs we have covered on this channel, but it was absolutely amazing, highlighting the best parts of who Clark Kent is, what Superman represents, how hope can truly inspire. Not only that, it appears that we have fixed Superman's depowering problem. Now, at this point, it is only assumption, but after the Genesis fragment had been put into the Starforge, everyone got their Superman powers. And Superman himself, he got a huge charge up. And so my best guess is that this repaired all of his cells. And it could be possible that he is even stronger now than he was before. Now, obviously, this is not the end of Kryl-Ux. It's not the end of Warworld. Superman is definitely gonna end up back there. If they stick to continuity, when he was taken for Dark Crisis, he was in the skies above Warworld. So my assumption is that he is going to return because of Kryl-Ux. Not only that, the kid has the fire of Olgrin inside of him. We have no idea what this means. We don't know if he is going to be some godlike entity on this planet, what kind of powers that he might have. But at the same time, they could also say that he doesn't have any powers at all. That the fire of Olgrin simply brought him back to life. That it defeated death. Which does feel like a kind of missed opportunity. But Kryl-Ux having his powers, we have seen how powerful these guys are when they are imbued with the power from the Genesis fragment. And so as the Superman Action Comics really starts to continue on, I hope we explore this some more, and I really hope that we find out more details about all of these people, where they're gonna go next, and what Kryl-Ux is going to do at the end of the day. Eventually, Superman, the Justice League, they're gonna interfere, more than likely after the events of Dark Crisis, because they can't simply allow him to dismantle and destroy the United Planets. This story is going to continue on in Action Comics 1047. We have the return of Kal-El. Let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you would like to get caught up on the entire story arc, be sure to check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series. If you would like to support the channel, you can always do so by hitting the Super Thanks button. This button will let you donate directly to the channel, and every little bit helps us out. Now, if you can't do that, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you like this video, and with that being said, until the next breakdown.